Okay, Peter, big announcement today. Bellator is coming back to Dublin and your co-main event. How does that feel?
Awesome. Can't wait. It's my favourite place to fight. I've got a good fight, an important fight, so I just can't wait to get it done again.
Yeah, and obviously you're fighting Patricky Pitbull again. How did you feel after the last? Obviously, you got the win. It was through a stoppage. It was kind of stopped out of nowhere. How did you feel after? Were you satisfied, or do you think you still have unfinished business with him?
I was very satisfied. I mean, some people were crying about the stoppage, but I damaged his body so badly that it wasn't medically safe for him to continue. So, you know, that's a pretty decisive way to win a fight. So I was very happy with the stoppage. I was actually, in a way, you know, I wouldn't have minded. I kind of wanted it to go to a third round because I was for sure going to stop him in the third round. He had a hole in his head the size of a 50-pence piece. So, you know, it wasn't going to get any better for him.
Yeah, and like the fight itself, we've all seen the video, we've seen the pictures of the blood on you and you're lying on the ground. It seems like the exact type of fight that you seem to love.
Yeah. I know me and Patricky have had our differences, but he's a brilliant fighter, and I was really looking forward to fighting him for that exact reason, because he comes to take you out. And I knew I was going to be in a good fight with him. Win or lose, it was going to be a good fight. And these, like you said, these are the kind of fights that I enjoy. And that's why I'm relishing fighting him again. So I can't wait, to be honest, to get in there with him again.
And just in terms of preparation, was there anything that cropped up in those 2 rounds that you changed your preparation in the build up to it, or is it just kind of the same sort of camp again?
I won, so it's going to be the same kind of camp again. What I did worked. The leg kicks kind of surprised me. I didn't think he would. The takedowns and the leg kick kind of surprised me. All this shy talk he was doing for so long, I thought we were going to have a real fight. And then he was trying to kick my calf and take me down and do all this kind of different stuff. So that did surprise me a little bit. But I'll be ready for that the next time. If I had dealt with that calf kick a little bit better, it would have been a completely one-sided fight, I think. But I'll be ready for that the next time.
Obviously, as we mentioned, it's in Dublin. Your entrance in Dublin is always, it's iconic. Coming out to Zombie, you put up a thing with Instagram the other day, basically calling him out, saying, doesn't matter what you're going to come out to because no one will hear you. How much are you looking forward to it? I presume you're going to have Zombie again, will you?
Yeah, well, I've used Zombie my whole career. I've used Zombie since my second pro fight, so I'm not going to change it now. So, yeah, I can't wait. Everyone can't wait for this. I think this is the highlight of the Dublin event for 90% of people is my entrance, which makes me very, very proud. So I can't wait to enjoy that myself again, and for everyone else to enjoy it as well.
Do you think it has an effect on your opponent when that happens? Obviously, you're prepared, you're in the zone, but in terms of them, because I know they probably might have seen it before, but they were in there, especially if you're coming out second or even if you're coming out first. Do you think it has an effect on them?
I think so. It'd be hard not to, especially only people who have fought against me will tell you this as well. I understand this, and people who fought against me will tell you this. The way the 3Arena is built as well, it's built like a hand fan for anyone who doesn't know it. All the crowd is on one side. So it's pretty unique when I walk out, even myself and for my opponent. It's like a wave of noise coming all from one side. It's really weird, to be honest. It's like a strange feeling. It's not like I fought in big arenas in Russia where it's like 20,000 people, but it's all around you. And this feels very different in the 3Arena because it's all on one side. I can't really describe what it feels like, but it's a mad feeling. I even get a bit unnerved, to be honest, when I walk out there, and it's for me. So I can only imagine what they feel like. Like Ryan Scope was pretty vocal about it. It kind of caught him by surprise. So you know, I think most people it will catch them by surprise. It's actually funny. Patricky commented on that video I put up, and he put a love heart. We'll see if he loves it when he's there. We'll see if he loves it when he's there.
And obviously, there has been a bit of bad blood between you, but still respect. But in terms of the fight itself, it's a huge fight in terms of rankings. Obviously, you're up to number 4 now. How big is it for you in terms of the title charge? It's big, isn't it?
It's a number 1 contender fight. That's it. I've actually requested that this be 5 rounds, which we're still that may happen or may not happen. I'm not sure. I've said I want this to be 5 rounds. As you know, as a number 1 contender fight should be 5 rounds. So I'm ready to really put this to bed now and see who's the better fighter. I'm willing to go 5 rounds, and we'll see who the better man is. So we'll see if he's willing to do that. I don't think he will be, to be honest. He would rather this be 3 rounds, being there for as little time as possible with me, I think. But I've asked for this to be 5 rounds because it is a number 1 contender fight, and all number 1 contender fights should be 5 rounds. So it's a huge fight for the division.
And have you heard? Do you know, will Patricio be there? Would you imagine in his corner, or obviously you probably have your eyes on him long term as well?
Well, he's never not been there for his fights, so I'm sure he'll be there for this one. He has the belt, so he'll be next.
And obviously on the night itself, you've got James back in action against Patchy Mix. How good is it to kind of share the stage with James once again?
I love sharing it with James. It was actually brilliant. I loved having him in my corner for the last time. He was in my corner once before on his own as well. In Russia one time, he came with me and I won by knockout in the first round that night as well. So we're kind of a good omen for each other, I think. So it's always nice when
He's very vocal. He's very vocal in the corner.
Yeah, and I like this. It's like he's very different to John. John is calm. I love John as well in my corner, but John is very calm. He's very just clinical and calm. But to be honest, I think I almost rather James in some ways because I just he's just screaming at me and shouting, and I think I thrive in an environment like this when it's a bit more chaotic. So I really enjoy James having James in my corner as well. Like that third round when I came back, it was so funny. The camera didn't catch it, but he was I came back and I was head to toe in blood, and he just ran into the ring and he was screaming at me like a footballer just scored a goal or something. He was just screaming in my face, and it was really a cool moment. And I think the Incredible Hulk couldn't have beat me in that third round, to be honest, if I'd have came out for a third round. And I was it was a good. He gave me a lot of good energy in that third round. So, but I get a lot of good energy off each other when we are fighting together as well, because we're sharing a dressing room. We're one after each other. We normally come to the arena together. We have a dressing room together. So it's brilliant. I can't wait to do that again with him.
Obviously, you and James are on that card. We still haven't confirmed whether there's any of the rest of the Irish guys or girls fighting on it. But in terms of recently, we've seen Brian had a big win a couple of weeks ago. Leah had a big win a while ago. Obviously, Kiefer was kind of unfortunate against Georgie. Tough fight. But it's an exciting time, isn't it, for the Irish guys in Bellator and the girls?
Yeah, we've a lot of people doing really, really well. We just had Pedro challenge for the belt. He came up short, but that was a great moment for him as well. Leah is doing great, as you said. Brian is doing great. Brian is going under the radar. People don't talk about Brian enough. He's another guy, along with James, that could easily challenge for that bantamweight belt too. I think James is probably a fight away from fighting for the belt, and Brian perhaps is a fight or two away from fighting for the belt. So he's doing well as well. I'm a fight away from fighting for the belt. There's a lot of us there that are knocking on the door. If we get a little bit of luck and things go our way, there could be a couple of world titles in the gym by the end of the year or by mid 2022, I think.
Very good. And just before I let you go, just a message to anyone, I don't know, who hasn't been to a Bellator show in the 3Arena, who might be thinking of going. What would you say? Because it's an incredible atmosphere. I've been at a couple of them myself. I was at the one we won against Ryan Scope, but if there is anyone out there who hasn't been to, what's the word you'd say to describe it?
I don't know. I don't know what word I'd describe it with, but I've been to a million fights and nothing compares to this. I've been to Bellator, I've been to UFC, I've been to all kind of manners of fights over the years, and no fight ever comes close to this. The 3Arena show for Bellator. The only one that matches it was when Conor fought Diego Brandao in the UFC. Anyone who was at that or saw that was similar level of craziness, but that's the kind of level you're talking. It's just bananas. I was at UFC 200. I was at all these big iconic shows, and nothing comes close for atmosphere and value for money. You'll never experience that like my walkout, even at a concert or anything. I've been to many things. I've never seen anything like this in my life, and this is not just me saying it. This is the general consensus from anyone who goes to the show. So I would say, if you're lucky enough to have an opportunity to get a ticket, I would get one. And if not, make sure you watch it on Virgin Media.
Brilliant. Well, best of luck in the camp, Peter, and I'll speak to you before the event.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Cheers. Thank you.